Let's look here at a very shaky ending to the game by LeBron, where when people say, and Skip says, obviously, Ray Allen saved LeBron's legacy, in some way, this is actually kind of true and valid because, again, people will give LeBron credit for, oh, he had 10 points in the fourth quarter up to this point, or he helped them overcome, rather, a 10-point deficit and this and that. But it's like, you're their best player. You're supposed to do all those things. So it's like, you're down 3-2. You're the defending champs, right? So you let yourself go down 3-2. You let yourself go down 5 with 28 seconds left. So at that point, it's not really within your hands. So you get lucky. The Spurs miss a couple free throws. They give up a couple offensive rebounds. So I'm not really convinced by that. It's like, it really is kind of lucky, and it is kind of bad because he has like 3 shaky turnovers here. So let's actually look at this. You're only down by 2. Right, you're only down by 2. So let's look at what happens here and analyze. This is your GOAT. This is supposedly the GOAT. What does he do? What is this play? Does he just make a simple shot? He has Tony Parker on him. The GOAT has Tony Parker, undersized Tony Parker on him. What does he do? What does he do? Clutch moment. You're down by 2, elimination game, and he turns it over. He just turns it over. I can accept if you take a shot and miss it. I can accept if you take a shot and miss it. But again, you're only down by 2. It's not that dire of a situation. You get a mismatch. You have like basically equivalent of Steph Curry type player on you. Like the GOAT has a mismatch with Tony Parker. And what does he do? He goes in. This is the shaky choke kind of moments that you talk about with him. Backs in, and then he turns it over. So like he's just forcing it. He doesn't know what he's doing. Again, I can accept that you miss a shot. So that was totally unnecessary. Again, I'm not saying you have to make a shot every time, but when you have a mismatch, right, you got to make the right pass. So that's just unacceptable. You have a turnover in a clutch moment when you're only down by 2 in an elimination game, and what do you do? What do you follow that up with? What do you do after that? Like, okay, we can forgive. Fool me once, make one mistake, I can accept it. He tries to pass it, gets caught up in there, and just throws it away. So you're telling me within the last minute in a clutch closeout game moment, right, where you're about to be eliminated, right, the GOAT, your best player, best player in the game, this guy has 2 back-to-back turnovers that are both kind of pointless. And it's not like you're doing something really flashy or interesting. Right, this was just you're trying to lob it, I guess, to Bosh, or he blames Bosh. You just make a pointless, stupid lob. Like, look at where that's arcing. Look at where that's going. Like, Bosh is nowhere near that. You can blame Bosh, but it's like, that just looks like a nonsense pass. So you do one turnover here, then the other one you do a turnover where you have a mismatch on Tony Parker. Like, 2 in a row. Right, 2 of those in a row. That is extremely shaky. Right, so in that sense, Ray Allen does save him here because then he misses the 3. Right, so that sequence by him is dreadful. It's one thing, okay, one turnover. It's one thing even you miss a shot. Okay, he tries to take a layup on Tony Parker or something, and you miss it. I can live with that. But for him to, again, and he had moments like that on Curry too. Like, oh, he gets a mismatch with Curry, and then he passes it. Like, I'm not saying you have to score every time, but when you have a mismatch like that, so again, you turn it over once you have a mismatch, and you turn it over again with a lob. So those, again, very shaky moments. Not saying you have to make a shot every time, but you don't even take a shot. You don't even get a good quality shot. You don't even get a good pass for somebody. You just turn it over twice in the last minute. Very shaky, very, very lucky from his perspective. Because again, think about if they lost. If the Ray Allen thing didn't happen and they lost, wouldn't we be analyzing and picking this apart? That's why I'm being objective. Even though they won, I'm still picking it apart, right? And even if they had lost, I would still give him credit for, like, okay, he had a lot of points in the fourth quarter, helped them overcome a deficit, right? So let's be objective. That sequence is disastrous, right? That's like a 2011 Mavericks type sequence where it's not just one player, one moment. It's like you're completely falling apart. And then he does make that 3, but I mean, again, it's like we can't just give him credit for when he does good things and ignore the bad. Those 2 turnovers back to back are insane because in a clutch moment, in an elimination game, where it just sort of shows shaky nerves and bad decision making, just take a shot, take a decent shot, make a good quality shot for somebody, and then if you miss, I can live with that. That's not the big deal. But you have 2 back to back turnovers, you don't even give yourself a chance. You're only down by 2 at the beginning of it, right? That is a total choke meltdown moment that does actually deserve to be mentioned. And so in that sense, Ray Allen did save him from that very, very bad ending to the game, right? If you look at those 2 plays, back-to-back disaster turnovers, totally unnecessary, totally, Again, I can live with a missed shot, but you get a mismatch. You got Parker. You post him up. You get a double team. You get a pass off. Right? Like, let's analyze what he has. Right? You have a guy open here. Right? This would have been the pass. Right? You pass it out. He's very open. So again, just turnover, then you come back, you do another turnover. It's like you have no idea what you're doing. You have no... This really helps the whole argument that he's not clutch. But here's the second thing with LeBron overall, just like... Here would be an argument that would hurt the GOAT case is like, yes, he's great. Yes, he's had a lot of good achievements, but you would want your GOAT to not feel like really the underdog. So like in 2016, oh, he's the underdog. Even though people said in 2015, oh, he would have won if he had a healthy team, and then he does have a healthy team, then we're treating it like, oh, he's the underdog and they're the 73-win team and like he's down 3-1. But why should you be the underdog? Why should the GOAT and the best player be the underdog against a team at that point without even Kevin Durant? Right? Why should you be the underdog and have to overcome that? Or even here, like you're the defending champs, right? And now it's like, oh, you're the underdog, you're down 3-2 and struggling. Like, I'm not saying you have to win dominantly and sweep everybody, but it should be a little more like convincing, right? That he always felt like an underdog, even with great teams and super teams and great teammates.